just arrived in Chamonix-Mont Blanc. Behind me you can see him, the highest mountain of Western Europe, and I'm here for the UTMB. The UTMB is the Ultra Trail du Mont Blanc. It's an ultra trail running competition of 177 kilometers with 10,000 meters of elevation gain to conquer. The race will start at the end of the week in Chamonix, France, goes to Italy, crosses Switzerland and then finishes back in Chamonix. This will be my 10th ultra, but I've never done a race in the mountains of 170 kilometers before, so I'm quite nervous. That's why I came 1 week prior to the race here to the Chamonix Valley. I've rented a house together with my friends and we will do some nice hikes in the valleys, some shakeout runs and get ourselves ready for the race. This video is my personal race report of the UTMB and I hope you enjoy it. Hello guys, today is Sunday, 6 days before the start of the UTMB, and I'm doing a little training run here in the valley of Saint-Gervais-Contamine because it's a valley I don't know yet. I drove with my car to Notre-Dame-de-la-Gorge and then I started for a little run of 4 kilometers towards the refuge La Balme. It's good to see this track because this will be a part I will do at night during the UTMB, and yeah, the track is very runnable. The first part was steep uphill, but now it's a little bit horizontal, so keeping a good pace and looking forward to eat something in the mountain hut later on. Unfortunately, no luck with the weather today. It's all misty and cloudy, but it was a good shakeout run. I will now return to my rental home in Chamonix and take the rest of the day off watching some YouTube videos of real athletes. Hey, it's Tuesday today and I'm here at Courmayeur. Behind me you can see the Mont Blanc in the clouds, and we are here for cheering up the kids at the YCC, the children race. It's a very beautiful day and the rest of the day we will take some rest and enjoy the scenery here. It's magnificent. Alright, today a rest day, 2 days until the start of the UTMB, and I'm visiting the athlete village here in Chamonix. It looks a bit like a Christmas market, but you can walk around and stroll through different brands of trail running, merchandising, and you can spot also some famous pro athletes. I just bumped into Sage Canaday, for example, who was very friendly, and he's also running the UTMB on Friday, so we had a little chat. Ready for UTMB?
That's right, ready to go. Good luck out there. Yeah, exciting.
It's very busy, so I'm not gonna stay for long, and then I go back to my rental home to take a good rest. One day before the race, time to get our bib number here at the trail village. Bonjour.
Le sac de course.
Oui.
Le sac de course. Do you have the running bag?
No. Famous waiting line. Hi.
Sleeping for the assistant. If you have a person who will help you.
This is for your drum bag.
Okay.
Yes.
This is if you want to sleep during the race.
Okay.
Put it. And at the back you have a tag and your name. These are your assistant's tickets to to give to your crew. Okay. One ticket, one person, one place.
We cancel this number.
Alright, I'm getting a ride home from the Olius crew. I've prepared my backpack and my drop bags, so let me show you. Here you can see my backpack, the race clothing I'm gonna wear tomorrow, a big box for my crew and a drop bag. And yeah, I must say I'm quite nervous for tomorrow. I will take the rest of the day off, resting in my bed, drinking a lot because the hot weather kit is activated. It will get 30 degrees in the valleys for the race day. So drinking is important, staying cool too. So yeah, I'm quite nervous for the start, but I try to rest some more and see you back tomorrow at the start of the UTMB. 3 hours before the start of the big dance, the UTMB. We trained a lot on the treadmill in Belgium, in the mountains, in the mud. So we couldn't be more prepared than this. So psyched. 40 minutes before the start. Yeah. What a crowd.
Merci nos partenaires et nos organisateurs. Les applaudissements s'il vous plaît. Plus fort, plus fort, plus fort.
Two kilometers on the road, 12 minutes. Excellent pace for the first 8 kilometers towards the first climb. But the crowd is insane. The Belgian flag on my number gives me wings. And the people at the side also wants to give me beer. Alright, the first 5 kilometers, 27 minutes. As always, a bit too fast. But it goes very well. The track is runnable. This is a little first climb. Everybody is walking already to save some energy for the first big climb after Les Houches. Let me show you. Alright, 7 kilometers. We're entering Les Houches, first control point. I'm glad I'm still with Peter here beside me. Was a very nice first 7k in 38 minutes, and now the first climb is gonna start soon, but first we have to cross the little town of Les Houches. We just saw Uncle Steph. What a coincidence. So nice to see someone familiar from Belgium cheering us here in Les Houches. Just past the first aid station here in Les Houches, 44 minutes. We didn't stop because we have plenty of water and food with us. So now, uphill and downhill, Saint-Gervais. Yeah! On the first climb to the Col de Vosa, I ate my first snack, a French pancake, and drink my isotonic drink. I immediately let Peter go because he went too fast. I think he's now already 100 meters above me. I just saw him at the horizon. And I'm doing slow for the first climb because yeah, I think it was a little bit too fast to start, so time to recover a little bit. 11 kilometers far in the race. Look at this crowd, insane. Done the first climb, Col de Vosa. Passed it at 1 hour and 40 minutes. (20 past 8), almost 17.6 kilometers, and we're approaching Saint-Gervais, which is at kilometer 21. I've got some cramps in my stomach. That was 20 years ago. But I just slowed down a little bit in the descent, and now it's getting better already. Just enjoying the running now. It's a nice descent, it's a nice sunset, and this is what I came for. The crowds are not as thick anymore here in nature, so yeah, I can run and I can concentrate on my slow pace. But looking forward to reach Saint-Gervais before dark, to put on my headlamps and to refill my bottles. So see you soon. Approaching Saint-Gervais. Goosebumps again. Second aid station, Saint-Gervais. I think almost 20 minutes faster than I predicted. The crowds are insane here, so many people. It's a very short stop, got some Coke, some watermelon, and now starting a climb of 30 kilometers. Excited. Yeah! Ravito of Contamine. Spent 8 minutes here at Les Contamines with my crew, Crystal. It was fantastic to see her. She gave me the necessary ultra gels with caffeine to get through the night. And now I will go to Les Contamines. It will be a circus here again. It's great to see so many people supporting. My stomach is a little bit upset, but I will do so. Yeah, merci Crystal. Tot binnen een paar uur. And we're gonna run through the famous Hokal Light Tunnel one of the highlights before the night. .45, just past La Balme, 15 minutes ahead of my schedule. I'm gonna do it slow towards the Col du Bonhomme. Alright, it's Saturday, 2:15 at night. I'm at La Chamonix, 50 kilometers far in the race, and now it's a big stretch of 19 kilometers over the highest point of the race, the Col de la Seigne, Refuge Elisabetta, and then the end point, La Combal, the next aid station. I think I need some olives with some caffeine to get me through this stretch, but it's uphill, so it's my thing. Looking forward to it, but it's a hard race due to my stomach pain, but when I do it slow, it goes, so let's go for it. Magical sunrise, 6:20 in the morning, and arriving at the La Combal aid station. Time for some refreshments. What a magical sunrise here at La Combal. 70 kilometers in the pocket, and now last climb towards Arrêt de Montfavre, and then down to Chamonix aid station, and then almost in Courmayeur. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, this was a first aid station where I managed to eat something because my stomach was not okay. I ate some salty soup, bouillon, 2 cups of it, and it tasted delicious. I hope it stays inside my stomach. It's very cold now, so the bouillon soup did very well. Oh, what a sunset, look at this. The mist is coming up in the valley, so magical. This is why I'm doing it. It's an absolutely stunning valley, so wild. My legs are okay, but I'm so tired. I think I will take a power nap when I get to Courmayeur. Otherwise, this will be a very long day. But I'm enjoying every second of it. I just, every now and then, I just sit on a rock, eat a cookie and enjoy the view. I don't care about the time anymore. If they put me out of the race because I don't reach the cutoff time, so be it. But look at this. It's 8:36, just left the aid station of Chamonix, here behind me, and I activated my summer mode. My sunglasses are already needed, and I put away my long sleeve and my rain jacket because it's already hot enough to run in t-shirt. It's 5 kilometers down to Courmayeur now. I'm psyched to see my crew. A bit emotional.
Come on in, man!
Kom. Kapot.
Dat zal wel.
Maar nu de afdaling heb ik wel geknald.
Ja?
Zo traag, zo traag.
Good job, good job.
The aid station of Courmayeur. Whew. I made it halfway, 80 kilometers done. Yes.
Allez, bravo, bravo.
Yes, ready to go. As you can see, I'm back on the road, just leaving Courmayeur. I took almost 1 hour and a half pause. I changed clothes, I put on sunscreen, I put on the ridiculous Saharan cap for the sun. It was a mandatory gear kit, but I don't want to take any risk of getting a heat stroke. And I also took a 20-minute nap, power nap, and that was magic. I think I will do it again later in the race because it gives so much energy. Yeah. And now a 5 kilometer climb towards Rifugio Bertone. It's a wall we have to climb in the forest. It will get sweaty, but I'm ready for it. In the middle of the climb towards Bertone, I'm gonna try my secret weapon learned from Pogacar. Arrived at Rifugio Bertone. Look at this, what a view! And we did it just a little bit slower than Jim Walmsley last year. Greetings from Australia. Yeah. One of the most beautiful pieces of the Ultra Trail du Mont Blanc is coming up. The Val Ferret. Look at this skyline. You can see all the way from Mont Blanc over there. Mont Blanc, all down du Géant, and all the peaks of the Grande Jorasses. Beautiful. Time to get some refreshments. Just past Rifugio Bonatti. Now it's 5 kilometers towards Arnouva, the last aid station before the monster climb to Grand Col Ferret. Alright, 100 kilometers in 20 hours and 52 minutes. I can assure you this is not my 100-kilometer record. It will be a very long night. It has begun. A big climb towards Grand Col Ferret. I hope there will be snow at the top to put under my cap. The cutoff time here was 6:30. I left at 3:30, so I've got 3 hours of time to spare, but I got a little stress that with this pace I won't make it. And that would be a shame after all this effort, but I just keep going. Over and out. There you can see the Grand Col Ferret. No snow at the top. What a view. Everybody's suffering now. When I was here last year, walking the CCC with my 2 friends, Peter and Kathleen, to check out the track already, there was 10 centimeters of snow at the top, and very, very windy. So it's nice to see how it looks like with blue sky. Yeah, Grand Col Ferret. Last year I ran this descent with a heavy hiking backpack to train, and this year with no backpack I'm running like a penguin. Yeah, my knees hurt, my quads hurt, but I have an excellent view. Look to the Grand Combat. Yes, 9 kilometers to go to La Foulie. Okay, just left La Foulie aid station at 7:10. I took a 30-minute break to eat everything I wanted. Cheese, bread, soup, chocolate, all mixed. I hope my stomach can hold it, but yeah, we'll see. Now it's a 14 kilometer stretch to Champellac. Steve and Crystal will be there to crew me. I need it. Just left Champellac. Here you can see the lac. Probably completely dark on my GoPro camera, but I slept here for 40 minutes. I just laid myself on one of the beds and I was completely knocked out immediately. So I think it was a good decision to sleep some time. I just realized it's only 50 kilometers to the finish. Yes, but the bad news is there are 3,000 meters of altitude gain to conquer in those 50 kilometers, so 3 big steep climbs. So we'll see. Some nice hotels here with Michelin restaurants. Just for a second I thought spending the night here instead of continuing the race. I had some medical issues. The last climb I got tired, so I solved that by using gels with caffeine, and then I got a headache. I took a Dafalgan, paracetamol, and then suddenly I got very, very dizzy. I was a bit worried because of maybe altitude sickness, but I figured out it would be just fatigue. So I ate all sugar I got with me, and problem solved itself. Now I got lots of M&Ms with me for the next 11 kilometers to Valorcine. I think I also broke the world record of drinking cola in 32 hours. But I'm okay now. I feel fresh in the head. My legs also still feel fresh after 145 kilometers. So I still can run at a pace of 6 minutes per kilometer in the flat and the downhill sections that are not technical. 7 o'clock, the second sunrise. Look at this. I'm just descending now to Vallorcine, where Crystal is waiting for me with new shoes, because I think I have blisters on my ankles. It's extremely painful, but not when I run fast. So there's only one solution now: running fast. After an awful descent of the Tête de Béchard, we finally started climbing to La Flégère with this beautiful view, the last climb of UTMB. Look at this. A classic view on Mont Blanc. Arriving at the last aid station, La Flégère. Yes, almost done with this UTMB. Merci. The iconic last descent from La Flégère towards Chamonix. Bravo. Merci.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Grazie.
Allez.
Bravo.
This is really the Super Bowl of trail running. If you see how many people come and watch this race. I didn't think I would make it when I was so sick before the first 80 kilometers, but yeah, so happy I will finish this beast. Almost in the last kilometer we can finish sub 43 hours. But that means we have to run as fast as Zach Miller did last year. So let's do it. Ah, wie dat we hier hebben. Yeah! België leeft. And believe it or not, I'm in the last kilometer and the battery of my watch is empty. So I can't see what my time is. I'm just going as fast as I can. I have to cross the famous Iron Bridge. The last altitude meters of UTMB. Merci.
Oh, de 40! Goed gedaan, man. Dit net hier. Kijk. Finisher. Yeah! Goed gedaan. Yeah!
Age group representing France, de la France. Bien arrivé, Marine de Laval.
Alright, back home safe after finishing the UTMB, and as you can see I'm not wearing a medal, I'm wearing this. It's a fleece without sleeves and every finisher gets this instead of a medal. Now as for the UTMB itself, it was beyond insane. It was more than I could ever imagine. Both the physical challenge, I would never thought I could finish a race of 170 kilometers with 10,000 meters of elevation gain. But also the atmosphere here in Chamonix is absolutely crazy. There is no town in the world where you can see so many trail runners united as here. This was a crazy race. The crowds were cheering all over the place, day and night, up high in the mountains, and in every town there were big parties. So as a runner, you couldn't stop smiling when running through the towns. It was insane. As for me, I like to run all by myself and alone in the mountains. That's a bit of a contrast, but doing this once in your life is an absolutely must do. Also the track itself, for me it was more difficult than I expected. Especially the 4 or 5 last descents were very technical with roots and loose rock, very steep. So as a Belgian runner with not much experience in running up steep mountains and running down steep mountains, this was a very difficult task to do. But I'm happy I did it. I would do it again. And yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up with one of the buttons down below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for watching. Bye!